Hello, everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night, and welcome to the Axolotl Aquarium. I'm your host, JayoLottle, and let's get this started. Today is not a battle royale video, so all of you Save the World nerds and are very interested in Save the World, this video is exactly for you. So, I don't have a script on me, so I have no clue. I'm probably going to say like 10,000 times, but that's perfectly okay. Let's get this started. So, you just started off Save the World, and it's overwhelming. I completely agree with you. I remember when I started Save the World, it really was overwhelming. Well, I mean, if you look at this, it's not overwhelming. If you look at this, a little bit more overwhelming. Um, but it's perfectly okay. I have completed Stonewood entirely. I haven't completed the entire game yet. Not my power level doesn't exactly agree with me just yet. But I'm not here to talk about later in the game. I'm here to talk about the beginning. Because if you go on YouTube, which you're watching right now, you can definitely see that all over the place. It's telling you how to start Save the World, like how Save the World, like missions, whatever. But that's in like Twine Peaks and 140 Ventures and Canny Valley and all of that. And you're here in Stonewood, so lost, so confused. I don't know what to do. That's perfectly okay because I can be happy to explain everything right here. So the basics that we are going to go over is what to do with your evolution materials. Your evolution materials conclude your Eye of the Storm, your Lightning in a Bottle, your Pure Drops of Rain, and your Storm Shards. We're also here to talk about our weapon and hero research vouchers. Okay. I will also be here to tell you what to spend your gold on. I'm going to tell you my personal experience on my X-ray tickets because you're questioning, that's a lot of X-ray tickets. And to be honest, I entirely agree with you. It is a lot, and that's because I save up. But I'll get that later in the video, of course. I'm also going to go over the legendary flux. I'm going to tell you what to do with them. I'm not going to be very in-depth on core reperks and superchargers because this is for a beginner's guide. If you guys want, I could do more of an advanced guide on what to do, for example, the core reperks, your trap superchargers, and your perk ups. Also goes for your frost ups and all of that stuff. I think that'll be a separate video, so this is for beginners, and maybe we'll have a video in the future that'll go more in depth for the more difficult things to understand. We also are going to touch a little bit on ventures and how ventures works because the only way to access the weapon research voucher and the hero research voucher is through ventures entirely. There's no other way. It's just ventures, and ventures is completely different than the core save the world. It's completely different. It's nothing related to it. So let's get started with the easy shop. Easy stuff from the shop. I apologize that Save the World music is very loud when it comes to the shop. So, this, I'm gonna be honest, this always is one hot mess. It's somewhat organized. So, let me explain to you, what do you buy? Let's start with the X-ray, shall we?
Don't tell me what's inside. I want it to be a surprise.
So, for your X-ray tickets, what I do, I always buy llamas when I see a red little check
I'm a
mark.
good
Let
pick.
me show you
You
what
can't
that
go
looks like.
wrong with a classic.
So you can see here my choice pack, you can see two mythic survivor heroes. Those red check marks, that's something that you don't have. And when you see something like that, first, look at your X-ray tickets. Do I have
Ah,
enough?
you think you can take this?
And then second, just by go for it. Just don't. What I do. This is my personal experience. I do not buy llamas if there's no red check marks or it's no like special llamas. So when I talk about special llamas, which I will show you later in our collection book, special llamas. So we have our regular upgrade llamas.
You
The super
hungry
people
then,
llama
mate?
is a special llama. Every 24 hours, so every item shop rotate at 8 p.m. EST for me, we get a different special llama. So currently, it's a super people llama. If you look at the top left, you see there's time remaining. That's when it'll reset, and we'll get a new type of llama. Here we have our lunar llamas. These are seasonal llamas that you get by seasonal tickets. I do believe this does go to 0 once the new season starts, these mainly switch out every venture season. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm a Sailor World nerd, but when it comes to llamas, I'm a little bit confused. But there's a different llama every venture season, so make sure to spend as not X-ray tickets, as many tickets as possible. Currently, this is the lunar llama. Maybe when this is out, it might not be. So who knows? The items. All right, this is gonna be very, very interesting. Event items. You always want don't buy these just for the sake of it, because, oh, I have extra gold, save that gold. So currently, I always buy the Legendary Survivor, because my Survivor Squad is always the best. I bought Armory slots this time, normally don't. And this time, I bought Stare Down Southie, because I thought he would be good. Spoiler alert, he's not, so maybe do research where you buy the stuff. So here we see tons of these skins. You see this one's a soldier. Now always go to bonuses and look at the standard perk. If that standard perk thinks it'll actually help you like big time, for example, I never went soldier, so I wouldn't buy her. She might be really recommended, but I've never ran soldier and I'm not planning to. Same for this guy. His frag grenade. Frag grenade is a perk for soldiers, so I don't need that. So this one's also a soldier. Now this one, not every soldier is bad. So for example, this one says eliminations restore 6 energy over 3 seconds. Duration refreshes with additional eliminations. Now that, if you have a loadout that takes up a lot of energy, then this might be the one for you, you know? Here, another soldier. Lefty righty, that's a soldier thing. But if you're running a soldier loadout with lefty and righty, like Raven's really good lefty and righty, but I'm not here to talk about him, then then that could be a recommendation for you. You know, this one's really good. I don't use melee weapons often. Yeah, this guy's just useless. I'm gonna be fully honest. Like, I've never seen a single soul run him. So yeah, that is for the event items. Always check at the bonuses, see if it benefits you, and if it's good for a loadout that you plan on using. Now here we have the weekly items. This resets every single Wednesday at 8 p.m. EST. So these always refresh. These do come back once in a blue moon. So we always have like a melee weapon. We always have a normal weapon. We got defenders, a hero, purple epic survivors. If you again, because you are new, I would recommend buying these to get your survivor squad up really, really quickly. And we will have a different. Oh my lord, we will have a different video also explaining survivor squads. Actually, no, we're gonna do that in this video. So it's gonna be a long video. Epic Flux. I used to buy Epic Flux, but I don't use them. So I don't I recommend buying them for starters because you definitely want to get good weapons. Because when you buy Legendary Flux, it's 750 gold for 50 instead of here 750 gold for 100, which is 100 you need to research, which again we will get to once we get in the collection book. Here are the perk ups at the beginner's level. I definitely recommend buying these. You definitely like when I started off the game, I'm just like, I don't need all this. Later on, I was desperate for this. Now I have thousands, so I don't need it. Rare Flex, no one uses that. No, no, don't buy it. Save your gold. Same for reperks. I recommend buying these. I definitely don't buy them anymore because I have too much. Legendary Flex, buy this every single week for the rest of your life. Even if you don't play Save the World, and you don't feel like playing Save the World that month, the next month you'll want this because it's only 50 for 750 gold, and it's crazy, and you'll definitely want it. Storm shards, again, these are evolution materials. Now this week, currently, there is a lot of pure drops of rain. 450 total. So I definitely bought that because that is crazy amount. The amount of missions you have to do to get remotely close to that is so stressful. So you will definitely want this. Now, at the beginning of the game, you probably wouldn't want this. You'll be like, oh, what's the point of this? But later on, it's going to be so easy for you. I wish I knew this at the beginning. Especially my next one, lightning in a bottle. Oh boy. Lightning in a bottle. I'm currently struggling for lightning in a bottle because they're not very easy as pure drops of rain. So same, just like the pure drops of rain, buy it every single week. You will not regret it at all. Same for Eye of the Storm and same for Storm Shards. Currently, but I don't need a lot of Storm Shards, but you will need this in the future. Evolution materials are crazy demand. And Epic, their supply, supply and demand, their supply ain't that lovely. So, buy your evolution materials, buy your legendary flux. I recommend at beginning off, buy your perk ups and your reperks, and epic flux and survivors. Now, that's a lot. It's a lot of gold, right? How do you get to so much gold? By just doing missions, right? So you can see I definitely am stacking up on them. So, again, here, I've never used rare flux. Don't buy it. You don't need it. I've never seen anyone need it. Right, we are going off to our collection book. Now, collection book is so overwhelming. I am not exactly sure when you unlock this, but once you do, it's crazy. It's such an eyesore. Like, what am I looking at? What are these numbers here? And I'm here to break everything down for you. So, collection book. Let me summarize it real quick right after I drink some water, because this is a long talking video. All right, collection book. It's a book where you put your collections in. No, I'm kidding. We're gonna go more in depth on that. So, I normally just put stuff in that I don't use. For example, Autumn Queen, ain't no one using her, so you put her in a collection book. Now, why would you do that? First, it saves you space in your schematics, so that's already one up. And second, you get collection book rewards. Now, I'm looking at this as well, and it's an eyesore. But here you see level 188. You get all of that by just putting in stuff that you don't use. And that's every level. Every level, there's something. And they do repeat. And it's crazy. Like such stuff that you don't use, you can get rewards out of. For example, I save some of these because I do use them. Now, you put any mythic here. First of all, I don't know why you would do that. Also, like, first of all, let me just preview. I would never use this, so I would slot it in, right? For the YouTube video. Once it does reconnect, I hope it does. If not, that'd be very unfortunate. We're gonna give it a moment. I think I crashed the game. It might have done a little oopsies on me. Oops, that's not good. All right, well, we're gonna have to cut it right here because we ain't waiting for all that. So we're gonna cut it right here, and we will come back right. Hello. Well, a little interesting. My internet went out for 8 hours, so we are back. The item shop did change or save the world, and I just checked the llamas, and I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. So we're actually going to put this in. So there you go. This is how your collection book works. As you can see here, collection book level 187 achieved, and you get. I mean, it's free. Something is better than nothing. So that is pretty much how the collection book works. I'm only halfway there. That's how you put stuff in the collection book. But you can take stuff out. So, for example, I want to. Let's just find something. I want my Siege Baker back. Horrible thing to say. Just FYI. I want to research it to get it back, to get the schematic back. And it says here, actually, I don't know. Yeah. So it says here, I want to research it, right? But here's the thing. I get it with my original levels. I didn't scrap all of that with my perk ups. So that's good. So I can research again for 100 legendary flux. Or what I can do is I can unslot. So I remove it from the collection book. I still get the same level and the same perks for half the price. So it's very interesting. If you want a schematic back, unslot it. Um, and because to be honest, collection book, I think it's one of my personal opinion. Unslot it. Don't research it again. Okay. There's actually even more to this. So, with a recent update from Epic, you can now you can now buy a lot more weapons that I originally needed to research. So, for example, and we're gonna go with the current llama in the shop, the spy weapons. Originally, for example, the pot shot. This needed a weapon research voucher, and now it needs 100 legendary flux. So there's now just two ways to get it. You can either spend 100 legendary flux to get the schematic at the current version of Fortnite Save the World, or you can go ahead, head over to the llama
You're
shop, and you
hovering
can
at me.
buy the spy llama. Now these are the special llamas, remember?
I'm a
And
good
these
fish.
special
You get
llamas,
what?
they rotate. So
The
just
fat
be
lady
careful.
singing?
If you don't feel like using your flux for that, then I say
Hey,
just wait. Me personally, I
tell
don't
my
spend my
wife I wanted
flux.
to be on her
Um,
cards.
Plus, I like opening llamas, and I always go for the special ones, which
What
is
is it?
exactly why you should save up your X-ray
All the way
tickets.
to the bank.
Like I said earlier, those are only two
Oh, you
reasons you
think
should
you can
ever use
trick
X-ray
me?
tickets for something
They
you
can't.
don't have or for special llamas.
Nice.
Okay, because it's totally worth it. You know, it helps you
You're hovering at
in
me.
the long run. Now,
Please.
even if I have nothing new, I still go for them.
Whoa, get
Again, this
out of
is
this
just
hole.
also something personal. And there you go. There's a limit of 5, and it's sold out. And I definitely burned through my X-ray tickets. So I believe that that is pretty much how the collection book works. Now, here it is, your hero recruitment voucher. So mainly mythics, but you know some are exceptions. Obviously to get legendary flux. Now, here is our next big question that ties perfectly with your research vouchers. With your weapon and with your hero research vouchers, what on earth do you spend it on? I mean, there's so much. What do you spend it on? Now, that's pretty easy. Okay, that is very, very easy to tell you. You know, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you to go down to expansion people. So not an expansion people. Wow, that makes me look stupid. Hold on. If I gotta find my boy. Where are they? Where are the dinosaurs? Can't find the historic heroes. There we go. Your dinosaurs. You want these. You want these. You want these. You want these. I am begging you. Do not use your hero research vouchers on anything else. Okay. Now, the dinosaurs here. I don't know why that guy's there. I don't recommend go for him. Um, unless yeah, don't get the dinosaurs. Get the little rarers, not the big buff dude. No, get the dinosaurs. Why? First of all, they're always really really good. Abilities heal for 7.2% of max health when used. Now, I chose Paleo Luna for her 3% of current health to a melee weapon damage for my Storm King loadout. And I believe I also chose Drosera Optimiers that heals 2.125% of your max health every 5 seconds because I take a lot of damage. And I looked through every single other one, and none of these really interested me. I'm not using Shield. Now, that could be good of using Shield, but I'm going to tell you right there, like some of these are Shield. Now, want to know why? Here's our next big thing about your hero research vouchers. Blast from the past. You probably see this all over the place. And you are so confused, like, where on earth do I get this thing? So, it's a team perk. Team perks are very interesting, very confusing, but they are easy enough to understand by reading them. So for Blast for the Past, it removes all shields and increases max health by 200%. So instead of my normal 50,000 shield, here 98,000 shield and 219k health, I have, I think, I think 600,000 at HP, which is way better. That's a lot more HP, you know? And for that, you need two dinosaur heroes. So I got, again, Paleo Luna, and I got my, I think, dinosaur woman. Of course, my loadout is very interesting with this one. I'm still learning about Save the World as well, but I definitely know how to use Blast of the Past properly. So that is what you would definitely want to do with your hero vouchers. That's two. Now, once you get further on that, I think you should recommend going to more in-depth YouTube videos about how Say the World properly works. Because trust me, I am not your guy for that. Now, your weapon research vouchers. Those, it's really interesting. You know, it also is. I'm gonna recommend weapons to you. The Hemlock. Never mind, it uses flux now. Um, the Baron is good when for speed. That also has flux. That doesn't matter. All right, the Deotomizer. That needs flux. Okay. Well, we are getting really far today. Uh, the Spectral Blade. The Spectral Blade is the best melee weapon out there. It almost beats the Mythic Storm Kings. That uses a weapon reaches power. There we go. So this one is definitely recommended for your melee weapon. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. There's so much YouTube videos on this that it almost defeats the mythic melee weapons, and it's unbelievable how overpowered is this. Now, if you're watching this in October, November, December, January, do not spend your your research voucher on this because it comes out every um, Avenger season for the winter, around Christmas time. So, if it's November, I'm begging you, you wait a month, okay, to get this for gold. Plasmatic discharge. Do I even need to say anything? Do I even need to say anything? If you start Save the World, you have no clue what this thing is. It's crazy. It's ridiculous how overpowered this thing is. It's unbelievable. It's my first 130. Okay, I have this thing maxed out. It's crazy. And it was really more crazy when it was bugged. When it originally released. But now it's ridiculous. Now the damage looks but if you play Battle Royale, which most of you do, because that's Fortnite, if you play Battle Royale, you remember the plasmatic discharger. Imagine that, but it's crazy damage. Crazy damage. It's a crowd clear. Easily. Okay, and this comes out during the Fortnite Adventure season. So, if you're watching this, it's September. In November, well, if it's in November, it's in the shop. October, it's in the shop. If you're watching this in August or September, I'm begging you. Unfortunately, you're gonna have to wait 2 months so you can save your weapon voucher. Okay, because the thing's crazy, and if you really have no patience, then sure, go for it. Be my guest. But you only get one per venture season. It's like I think 4 to 5 venture seasons a year. So plasmatic discharge are crazy. I recommend definitely. That's the first thing. That is better than the deatomizer. Okay, I think that's the first thing you should get with your weapon voucher. I don't know. I didn't say it earlier, but save the best for last, right? So that is your Plaz. It's crazy. It's crazy. Now I'm looking for another weapon that's also crazy. Pop shot. That's not really my thing. I'm looking for something very, very specific, and you probably heard it before. I think it's expansion schematics. Maybe. It's not. I think it's neon. The Xenobo. That used legendary flex. Never mind. Get the Xenobo. It's really good for Kenny Valley Storm King. I knew that's way, way far out. But it's crazy, man. I'm telling you, it is crazy. Okay, here is the mythics I was talking about. And you get this when you're at the end of Twine Peaks, and that Spectral Blade gets close to a mythic at the end of the game. It's unbelievable. Best, best melee weapon out there. So yeah, whew, that was a lot about the collection book. Hopefully I didn't give you a panic attack, because I know for a fact I did. So, what else is here? What have I not mentioned? I kind of forgot. Right, I was going to talk about, oh my lord, ventures. Now, this is somewhat beginning for Save the World, somewhat not beginning. This is a little bit more in depth. If you're done, this is how you're gonna get your plasmatic discharger as quickly as possible. Ventures. As you can see, At the top of the screen, next to my right, to the left of my V-Bucks, to the right of my friends list, you see a level. You see level 21, 500 gold, level 22, 100 legendary flux. Ooh, legendary flux, that's nice. I haven't done a lot of ventures this season because I am just going for the vouchers. I'm definitely going to do a lot more next season. 100%, I definitely plan on doing that. And venture level. Venture level works very, very interesting and completely different than your storyline, your Stonewood, Plankerton, Twine Peaks, Canny Valley. Should have said that in order. So here we are going to go to our Venture Challenge quest. I don't know when, I think Venture's available the second you download the game. I'm not 100% sure. And again, it's like, started this game like forever ago, you know? So these are venture quests. These are quests that you should 100% focus on when you are playing ventures. These are only available in ventures. It tells you right there. Currently, it's the Mild Meadows Ventures season. So it's going to say Mild Meadows Venture Zone. It's going to tell you what the level of the zone. You should always do these because, as you can tell, these give Venture XP. What on earth is Venture XP? My question. And when I started playing the game, I have no clue either, so I'm here to explain it to you. What is Venture XP? Well, it's just like Battle Royale. We're currently level 20. Okay, so it basically is just like Battle Royale. You gain XP, you level up. When you level up, you get cool things. But instead, this battle pass is for free. You can call it a battle pass. So when I do go over to my resources, you can currently see this your adventure XP. Advances your adventure level, which I just mentioned, earned by completing missions, missions alerts, or challenge quests in Adventure Zone. Just Adventure Zone. Okay? One more time. Just in a venture zone, not in your Plankerton, not in your Stonewood, not in your Canny. And if you're in Twine Peaks, you should know that by now, okay? So, Venture XP, it's very interesting, and there are rewards, and this is the only way you're gonna get your vouchers. The only way. Okay, I think level 20 is when you get your hero. I believe so. Level 20 is when you get your hero. And level, I would say 14 at 10 to 10 to 18, you will get your weapon. I'm not exactly sure. I have nothing open. This is just all from the top of my head, but I do know that I'm right. So, this is pretty much all of your information on how to properly start Save the World. Whew, that was a lot. In our next YouTube video, we will be talking about research points, hero loadouts, survivors, upgrades, and your one and only perk ups. Thank you so much for hopping in. I hope that I didn't scare you half to death with all this information. Thank you so much for hopping in. I appreciate it very, very much. And I hope to see you again sooner or later. Bye. Bye, everybody.